Hi everyone, my name's Kay Kalthoff and welcome to a Stamping to Share video. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! And today I'm going to share with you this great thank you card. It's quite manly in the way it looks, but I've also done it more feminine, which my kids really liked. What I did is I took the stamp set called Hello Lovely. Instead of saying thank you, you're the best, I used this one, Hello Lovely, stamped in vanilla, and then I secured it down here, and that was really cute too, and it seemed like my teenage girls thought that was the greatest. And I did make quite a few of those, but I've already mailed them out, and so I don't have any of those to show you. But I am gonna, but you know, we're always looking for masculine cards, so I'm gonna show you the masculine version of this card. I received it from my upline, Shanna McLaughlin, and I'm really excited to share this tutorial with you today. So the first thing that we're going to need, of course, is, well, we'll need some cardstock. We're going to need some crumb cake, and it's cut at 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. And then I'm just going to go ahead and fold that in half and make sure that that's a nice crisp fold. Maybe I can grab my bone folder here. There we go. And now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to use a stamp set called Gorgeous Grunge, and there's a stamp in here that has these diagonal lines. So we're going to go ahead and stamp that onto the front of our card. So I have some scrap paper because I'll probably need it here. And I am inking up these lines in crumb cake ink, and I'm just going to start by setting it. Let's see, where's my, I think I'll just set it about right here. And then wherever this is, this break, because you know, it's very hard to line it up perfectly unless we wanted to mess around with a Stamp-A-Majig, but I'm just going to eyeball it. And wherever this break is, you can see there's a little bit of a break. We're going to cover that up with our sentiment. So that is where our sentiment is going to go. So if that happens to you where it breaks a little bit right here, don't worry about that because that will be covered up. The next thing that we will need to create this card is a piece of 3 1/4 by 5 1/4 textured cardstock. This is the Coordinations cardstock from Stamping Up. So when you run it through a Big Shot machine, and I'm using the Alphabet embossing folder here. When you run it through an embossing like the Big Shot and run it through embossing the paper, well, right now you can't really see, but there's a little bit of a different color on the inside of this paper, but you can expose that by sanding it. So we can bring the scrap paper back in, and I've got the Stamping Up sanding block here, and I'm just going to gently sand over the top of that coordination paper, and you can see how it exposes the inner core of the paper. I love that. Really nice rustic look. And that's what that looks like. How cool. Take this out of the way again. And now we just need to adhere this to the front of our card. So I've got some multi-purpose liquid glue, and I'm going to put a little bit all the way around, and we're going to center this in like this. And so the next thing that we want to do is we want to take a piece of crumb cake paper, just a scrap, and I've got the decorative label punch, and so we're just going to punch out a label, and that is going to be the piece that we layer onto the front of our card, and it's going to go right here. Alright, and then the next thing is to stamp our sentiment. I have a piece of scrap, and I am just going to stamp this right here. Let's see if I can get it all set up. Beautiful. I love that when it turns out so beautiful for the camera. And I did go ahead and stamp this in advance so that I could just adhere it to my punched out label. So I just have a little bit of glue, and we're just going to center this in over the top of the label punch. This is where I really like glue because I can kind of wiggle it into place, put it exactly where I want it. And now we are going to use some dimensionals, and then we're going to secure that to the front of our card. And my goodness, we're almost done. Don't you just love a quick, easy card like this? All right. So we can set this right here. You can put it right here where these two lines didn't quite match perfectly as they were coming together, but that's okay. And then I have some neutrals buttons. So I picked out, I think it was a chocolate chip button, and I tied some linen thread in the button, and I'm just going to set this right down here, and I have secured it with glue dots. And our card is complete. Wasn't that nice and easy? Great masculine card, or just a great all-around thank you card to send to a friend. Hope you have a great day. Thanks so much for stopping by Stamping to Share. I truly appreciate you. Bye-bye.